Why you had to tape it?
So don't fall.
It fell before? Okay. Hi, baby. How you? Good. Good.
Oh,
Good deal.
I got mine on. Turn them out.
how's your grandma?
Joey, you'll have to
I ran into work. I mean, we saw the other day, and she was with me, and they were talking.
What you mean, Will? What are you talking about?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Yeah, not a whole lot.
Me neither. Chocolate Jimmy.
Farm wants to give it a run around.
I guess it's because it's busy. I guess it's what it cranked it that noise.
Hello, Amy.
This says January 8th.
Is Jake home?
That's today.
Business.
Well, I need to,
I thought that was your evil twin.
I thought the public
Hey, I'm good.
How you doing? The public hearing should be in January. And then I noticed that. I said, hold up.
Get him on the phone tomorrow.
Jake home.
Fix all of that. Yeah, that's why he said before we get him on the phone tomorrow. Happy New Year, dude.
They both say January.
Ribbon left off a corn.
Oh, they both say January 8th.
Hey, bud. Good. Here, Mr. Abrams. Looks like y'all dug a hole.
What's your name?
I didn't want somebody to do there. Okay, well, I didn't go look at it. The guy that called me. Well, It's magic. the guy asked my brother to call me. But I would have thought most of that water ran the other direction. Most of it comes to the road.
How you doing, man? I ain't seen you since last year. So I seen you this year. Cameron was good.
Kevin, you're 35,000?
Cameron Purdue is a new lawyer in Louisville.
That's why.
I think he's a young man. I haven't met him. I think he's a young man, but Linda really wanted him on board.
Mike Question.
Yeah, so it suits me.
I'll call you when you're
You have to go to Tennessee and get it?
Tell me
I don't want to do it. Go up there tomorrow and check, see what he's got.
And I'm also thinking,
You messed things up. That's number 13. Should be number 13.
Don't have me. Make recommendations.
Feedback. Still coughing. So you got to go to Seattle next week. Before with 5 days. And that's what. And then we got a wedding this weekend. Rocky's daughter's getting married.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which one is that
I'd like to call a meeting, committee meeting of the Avoyelles Parish Police Jury to order.
This is the
Today's,
wrong agenda. You might want to just hold up for a minute. Or
okay.
you want to go ahead and
Now I'm
get
gonna
started.
get started.
It's just the bottom. That's not right. Just making some warm. So you can go ahead and...
Okay, we got an agenda, but we'll go ahead and say the prayer and I'll be ready by then. Okay.
Yes.
Please stand. We'll say the opening prayer followed by the pledge. Lord, we thank you for a new year and the opportunity to serve Avoyelles Parish. Grant us police jury wisdom, unity, and integrity in all decisions that we make, and bless our communities with peace and protection. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Flag? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What are we waiting on now?
she's just making copies of the updated budget.
Okay. All right. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Santa Claus was good to everybody. Happy New Year. We'll start delegations. We have Mr. Chapman.
Evening, jury. Evening, guests. Came to you today to discuss the 2026 Christmas lighting of the courthouse. I know we early, but we don't have much time when we think about it. This year's date that the committee has identified is December the 5th, which is the first Saturday of December. December the 5th actually falls on a absentee voting day, which is the last day of absentee voting. I've spoken to the Register of Voters and have reassured him that we will keep that parking lot open for voters only from 4 to 6 as required, if the jury will allow us to proceed with lighting the courthouse on that particular day.
Okay. Any discussion? I don't think we have a problem with it.
What time do y'all do that, Cole?
Why not before absentee voting?
Well, because that's the first Saturday. If we tried to move it back, it would be like no Saturday. Yeah. If we moved it back, it'd be Black Friday weekend, which is also the weekend of the Christmas extravaganza at the casino. If we move it forward one weekend, that would push it to actual election weekend. So
What time do y'all do that?
we start at 4. We open up at 4. Usually the street on Mark Street, what we did this past year, Mark Street opened at about 2 o'clock, closed actually at about 2 o'clock for vendors to start setting up their booths. So, but this parking lot back here would be closed off to anyone other than voters.
I'm just wondering what time to come.
Yes, sir. You
You
can come at 2 o'clock and help set up.
I probably won't, but
They'll
thank
be
you.
cooking jambalaya across the street
I
at
might
2.
make it.
Yeah.
It was a very, very big success this past one. I
Yeah,
promise.
and I want to thank you all again for your support with that. The lights are still up for now until the contractor comes back to take them down. So,
okay?
And Carl, also with the police jury, some people were asking me, why don't y'all have a live Christmas tree?
He said he's doing it on
Talk about planning one on the courthouse square.
Oh, I have one.
Somebody gave me one. All I have to do is go dig it up. It's the one, real one that smells and all. It's
Well,
about 15 feet tall right now.
I would leave that to the jury, since this is the jury's property, for them
That's
to,
what I was asking, and now
Yeah.
I felt about it.
I mean, it's,
Where would you put it, Mark? You got place?
It'd have to be right on this corner,
But
right
it'll
next
have
to the
to
steps.
have time to grow.
It's grown, 12
It's
feet
already
tall
grown,
right
just
now.
transplant in other
The
words.
size of the one we have.
Yeah, but that's fake.
Well, I know, but I'm saying it's tall.
Yeah, planting, is it 15 feet now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so whatever the jury chooses to do,
Put it,
we'll incorporate it into it.
Put it on the agenda and,
Find out more about it. I wouldn't look at it, but
yeah, when you get ready, put it on the agenda and we'll talk about it. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Carl, I have a question for you. For the 4 to 6, the absentee voting, that side of the street would be open, got it, but to avoid some dummy like me who wants to cheat and work there, would y'all have someone stationed there?
I would actually, if required by the jury and by the Register of Voters, I would hire a security officer to man that. This side here, that would open up to that vendor alley,
Right,
would be closed with a vehicle.
right.
So no one could,
So the voting area.
it would be a one-way, one in, one out.
One way in, one way out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll move on to the committee reports. You have nothing you say?
I don't. All I have is the cash balance. And I think Ms. Laura can put it up on the board if anybody has any questions. This early in the year, we don't really have anything to report on, but I will have something, comprehensive report for February.
going back to Mr. Chapman, are we gonna add that on the agenda and vote on it for the next
We
meeting?
can, yes.
Carl, there's 350 days till Christmas.
They come quick.
Right there.
They come quick.
How many days before the lighting?
All right.
And there you go.
Okay, Mr. Joey, you have anything with OSEP?
I think the Ruby Ward should be coming up within January closing. I don't know if you've been you've been reading Miss Kimberly's emails. Kimberly Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that should be coming up in January, close him out. And we'll start with the demolition. On OSEP, the cleaning of the fourth floor, I had a couple of, Mr. Allen asked me about it. And to get a lift is about $1,100 to $1,500 for, to get a lift to bring everything down. So you don't have to use the elevator.
Yeah, I wanna know, what's going on up there?
I've been asked
I'm
to,
courthouse chairman, I don't know nothing
yeah,
about it.
I've been asked to clean it up.
what?
So,
For what?
Mr. Thomas is the one that asked me to.
There's several people that have looked at it. There's a lot of them.
You haven't looked at it for what?
There's a lot of junk up there. that needs to-
Oh, yeah, but they're the only place to store stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff that needs to be thrown away. That's just old.
You can't do nothing with it up there.
Huh?
You can't do anything, nobody can go stay up there.
Oh, no.
You don't wanna get the fire marshal over here.
No, but we need to clean out some of this stuff.
I mean, the only thing I was thinking is getting rid of some old chairs, some old printers and stuff like that. As far as files, I'm not touching any files.
Yeah,
Because
everybody.
I don't know what needs to be disposed of or what does not need to be
But
disposed
you
of.
talking about getting a lift to put it out the window and come
To
down?
come out the door by Miss Connie's office on that side on Mark Street and having to go over and do that.
You got an idea about how long you talking about?
This is a week.
Cool.
I mean, I'm just saying.
How did they get up there with a lift?
No,
But
So
no.
why can't you get the guys
With the
to
elevator.
bring it down?
We can. There's no problem with the elevator. And
Is
the
there
only
something wrong with the elevator?
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but last time we brought some file cabinets down from the third floor to the fourth, the elevator stayed down for like 3 or 4 days because of the weight and stuff.
who's the filing cabinets for?
No, we don't have any, no, I'm talking about we did before, like,
So what are you actually throwing away? You said chairs, what else?
chairs, the old computers, I guess junk is what I was, gonna get rid of.
Is that something you wanna do, Mr. Mark?
I wanna go look at that.
Okay, y'all just let me know, like I said, a lift is, is that much, and if y'all want to, we can go from there.
We used to clean it out about every 10 years.
There's nowhere up there you can put like a dead man and a block and tackle?
Oh, no, the old chairs, you throw them up the fourth floor down. That's
I-
they're no good.
Yeah, I don't think so, Miss Sam. There's nothing really, I would be scared to hook up to one of the walls or whatever. I try not to drill anything in the building anymore because it's deteriorating so bad. The mortar is.
So we really don't need to be.
No, let Mr. Mark go up there and look at it,
Okay.
what you gonna do.
We'll decide,
you know,
yeah.
Get that straight.
Okay. OCEP side, we have like I told y'all before, I'm the Region 6 Director. We have a state meeting next Tuesday in Lafayette that I'll be attending. VA's office will be moved next Friday,
All right.
so everything's painted, ready for him over there. Had a problem with the file cabinets being at my office, but that's his problem. I mean, that's where they'll be. We have no room else to put them. There's no room at the DA's office to put them anywhere.
Where do you have them now?
In that shed behind the ag center.
Okay.
I mean, that's all it is to it. I mean,
Is it
They
too
block
far?
over?
so
The filing cabinets where they are right now, is it too far and inconvenient, or you just can leave them there?
no. Well, I mean, it could be, but he wants to move them closer. So I said we put them, at our office,
That'll work.
in the warehouse or wherever. Well, we showed him that yesterday, and he said, no, it's too far for me to walk go get a file. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, unless you want to rent a storage shed to put them next door. But anyway,
That'll work.
okay. That's about all I have at this time.
All right.
Unless anybody has any questions for me.
All right, thank you,
All
Joe.
righty, thank y'all.
Road, bridge, and drainage, Mr. Kevin.
Um, 80? 80. Alright. First off, back to what Joey was talking about. 3-4 years ago, we looked at renting a lift so I could reseal the joints at the top of the courthouse, remember? That'll help on some, I'm not gonna guarantee it's gonna stop the water leaks, but it'll sure help on a bunch of them. I've done that in a lot of other buildings.
I don't know, but we haven't had no
So
rain.
we may be
so I
able
don't
to,
know.
we might be able to, if y'all wanna do that, we might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But he just told me it was 80 foot, we were looking at a 120 to get from the side street. Cause those joints are all wide open, all that water's going into your building stuff, I mean, one of the things I used to do on big buildings. So, I'll get with Joey and we'll get back with Mark and maybe present it at the February meeting or something. With some price and what we'll do with the machine in a week's time. All right. Road and Bridge, we're getting started. I've got 1 or 2 more bills. I think it's just 1 or 2 to come in from December, and then I'll be sending Mr. Travis and Mr. Darrell and Mr. Benson the totals from the year. Miss Jamie, totals from the year from my end, Stone and everything else. Stone looks like we came out somewhere around $545,000 spent last year. You can take out the 89,000 of L gap out of that total expenditure. So we put culvert across Luke Martin today. Over the holidays, we had the road start to cave in, and long story, but just some culverts were installed right years and years ago, and there was no way for us to fix it without tearing out the roadway. So we tore it out, put a new culvert in. Got stone in the asphalt right now. This summer we'll have to go back and put some asphalt on it when everything settles out and it's good and hot. Okay? And then from there we're going to be moving to the big culvert on Carl Hunt first of next week, and then the machine will go back towards Simmsport and MP cutoff on all that. We've got, you want me to go into solid waste any now right now, or?
You can.
Okay, solid waste, you've got an item, I think you've had an item agenda on there for the trailer. We can come across that when we get there. But went to Baton Rouge yesterday, had a meeting with DEQ on the Montefiore site. Representative Dizitel attended the meeting. He and I, Secretary of DOC and the Secretary of DEQ were there with their assistants, and the warden from Cottonport was there. And they're getting close to having us a good scope of work to go ahead and clean the site up. Hopefully between a little bit of jury equipment, a little bit of Department of Corrections equipment, and we're talking about hopefully maybe trying to bring the National Guard in on it to move some dirt. But they're looking at trying to clean everything up on site and leave everything on site in the old Montefiore ponds. And they did say that they would sign off on the property when it was done, so there'd be no restrictions other than maybe a building restriction on the pond.
You talking about burying the tar?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, something we looked at a couple of years ago because they're doing that at other sites. And at that time, they were still trying to find what they would call a beneficial use of the tires. But the tires are just too old to be able to be chipped up and used in any beneficial environment. You know, we have one other outlet that I'm looking at with them, and I called them back on that again yesterday. That may be a viable option for some of the small chipped rubber that's there. That won't cost us anything. Well, won't cost DEQ anything. DEQ is working on some legalities right now. They'll be sending us something back hopefully in the near future. We'll have to sit down with the jury, and because it has to deal with ownership of the property and the next door property, which is coming back into adjudicated property. So, but the Department of Corrections was really on board trying to get this done. And Representative Dizitel really holding their feet to the fire. Hopefully that moves forward pretty fast. You know. So, Any questions? I know it's the beginning of the year, but we got to get back on the road and run.
Jacob, you at that meeting yesterday?
No, that's Kevin. Kevin, any more meetings with DEQ coming up?
Not, they haven't called anything yet.
Yeah, if any more meetings coming up, let us know so we can send them also too in advance.
I think Vice President, Mr. President, need the jury to be jurymen to represent Avoyelles. I mean, there's some legalities that are going to come with what's responsible once that cleanup happens. So we need to be involved.
Yeah.
I know you're over solid waste, Jake.
Yeah, well, Jacob couldn't attend yesterday, but and I had talked to him about it earlier, and we talked again about it Tuesday. But sure, no problem. I mean, everybody's invited to go.
No pause, yeah, no.
And we've all been at the big meetings at the Monofield and at my office in Mansura. And we had Jonathan there and everything else.
But, so now they allow you to bury tires.
Various, it has to be something like that. The tires have to be cut up. You're not burying whole tires. They have to be processed. So they'll be processed on site. DQ will handle all that.
Because when your daddy was a juror, I don't know if you remember what they had to do. The police jury had to dig all these sites, dig all these tires up.
Yeah. Well, this is an approved process, but the DEQ, they oversee the whole thing. And they're finishing up one in Lafayette. They're closing up a pit that way with some tires that were unusable other places. And there's other things you can do with them. That's what we're looking at doing with the small chip tires. An end-use project and some landfills and stuff. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Kevin, what's happening with the Oscar Farm Bridge?
You mean Monroe Farm Bridge?
Monroe Farm, right.
It's been bid out. Contracts have been signed. Contractor's probably going to start somewhere in March or April.
See some construction starting.
Yeah, it'll be. We had pre-construction that was before our December.
November.
Yeah, so they have 30 days from that, then the contract start, but I know they already had an extension because of the pile, so I think that moved to 60 days. So you're probably looking at March, have that bridge started right there.
Thank you.
And Kevin, 6 months once they start?
Huh?
Completion, 6 months completion?
Probably on that bridge. They've got probably a year and a half on that time contract.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect them to use it. It's Merritt Construction out of Cottonport, and it's it's Diamond B Construction out of Alexandria got that one. But it's a precast bridge, so what takes the longest on that is driving the piles, and after that everything goes together like a jigsaw puzzle. It's a little longer than the Little River Bridge, and the Little River Bridge was about 4 months, maybe. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, permits, Miss April.
Hello. For December, we only had 140 permits. Most of them were rentals and purchases, not many new constructions. I did want to mention in January on the 28th, it is our planning commission meeting. We have a total of 3 meetings that day. At 2 p.m., and I'll send it to you guys, I almost forgot. 2 p.m. we have a demolition committee meeting. They're looking at modifying the demolition fine. Right now it's $2,500. We've gotten some grievances, complaints, so they're going to look at that. At 3 p.m. we have the industrial committee meeting for some projects we have coming up in Bunkie, I believe. We're trying to come up with the permit fees, all that good stuff, and then planning commission at 5. And that's all I have.
Okay.
Questions?
Questions? All right,
Thanks.
thank you, ma'am. HUD, Miss Danielle.
Hello. So I attached a spreadsheet. The top chart is the funding. The where it says HAP payment, that is what we've actually distributed throughout the months. Proposed funding is what we've gotten. And then, of course, our admin fees and then additional admin fees. We have a total of 127 tenants. In December, we had 4 new move-ins, 1 move-out, 1 transfer, 12 recertifications, 6 interims. I have 10 vouchers out with 4 of them being new families, I am not able to issue any more vouchers as of now because of funding issues. We won't know until, I think, March what our funding allegations are going to be. So until then, I can't issue any more vouchers. I expired 5. We had 12 annual inspections, 4 initial inspections, and 1 move-out inspection. And also, fair market rents have decreased this year, anywhere from $50 to $100 per month. And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Library, Ms. Caddy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ladies and gentlemen of the public. I'm here to give the library activities reports for the month of December through January of this week. So far, we had a total checkout of 1,113 physical books, 1,116 ebooks and audiobooks, for a total of 2,229 checkouts. For programs and community engagement, total programs for the month of December, we had 9, with a total number of attendees, that being 52. Facility updates. Town of Moorville, we found out there's a problem with the roof for the Moorville branch, that leak that was causing that the loose tiles. I called Mr. Norris Lemoyne, I believe he's a superintendent there, and he did inform me that they went out there, they checked it, they know that they have to make those repairs. I had to call Rabelais Flooring Company out of Cottonport and tell them to hold on till they fix that problem. We won't be able to put that new floor down, otherwise we'll end up right back with the same problem. So until further notice, it's on hold. I'm just about done finalizing the furniture, the meeting room furniture for our Simsport branch and our Marksville branch with Say's Office Supply. I'm just waiting at this point, waiting on a quote for them. So if it's above that 5,000 threshold, I'll discuss with our board of trustees, and then we'll go from there. Upcoming capital projects, our Marksville branch, the exterior, it needs some work. So in probably next month, we should have out a public bid for exterior work. We're estimating it to be somewhere around anywhere from $55,000 to $60,000. Technology, we had a total of 393 computer uses branch-wide. We had our meeting yesterday with iConvergence, who is upgrading our access points at all of our branches, all that infrastructure necessary to make our internet feeds faster. They are scheduled to begin putting that into motion Monday, I believe that's the 12th. In terms of personnel, we did hire our new program coordinator. She has a strong background in marketing and as well as community-focused programs and events. So from here on out, we're expecting programs to increase, as well as reaching more diverse age groups, including our senior population from our senior population to our early learners. In terms of outreach, our January newsletter, which I did give all jury members a copy of that January newsletter, that's going to be included as an insert in the Marksville Weekly News, so this upcoming paper. We also created brochures that are available to all of our patrons and the public in general at all of our branches. So it's just a quick snapshot of all of the resources that we offer, so it's a grab and go. I'll be featured on a local radio station the upcoming week, and I'll be discussing all the awesome resources we offer beyond books. So just stay tuned for that. And that will be the Cajun. And also I will be attending the Marksville Chamber of Commerce's monthly luncheon that's upcoming on the 15th. Any questions?
You said insert it in the newspaper?
Yes, we did run 3,000. 3,000, we did inserts for 3,000 to reach. I am trying to up our our outreach with reaching as many households as we can. 3,000 is a small number. Initially wanted the
This is something we just started with the insurgent?
yes.
Is that a fee? It's a fee?
Oh yeah, it's a fee. It's around 240 with the weekly news. We talked them.
240 for.
Oh no, for that
For the year?
run. No, for just for the month of January.
240 for the month of January?
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? All right, thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Litter abatement, Mr. Barry.
Good evening, everyone. Kept it short with the holidays. We had a lot going on. Current litter investigations for the past month. I have 10, three summonses written for violations to come to court. And those will be for March litter court, because with the certified mail taking so long now, it's taking like 2 months to get some of these property standard certified mails back. So I went ahead and gave them 2 months to make sure that they get it and get the right time frame. Property standards updates in progress. We have 50. New cases is 9. Total completed is 28. And no contact is 7, for a grand total of 94 cases that we have since we started this program. So out of 94, we've cleaned up 28. 2 cleaned up by the jury, the rest were cleaned up by the individuals, and we have 1 more property outstanding to be cleaned up. So we'll have 29 total. New certified property violation letters mailed out. I haven't had any mailed out yet. Permit checks, I had 1. Everything was good. The litter court will be in March, as I discussed. That'll be our next court, March 4th. And responded to numerous complaints throughout the holidays, litter violations. We actually have a lot of litter violations starting to come in on our online platform as well. We created a tab on the litter abatement tab on the police jury website where an individual can go in and file a litter complaint, and it sends an email to my phone. So they don't even have to call me. They can plug in all the information, hit send, and it comes straight to my phone.
Is that an anonymous process?
It can be. So we're working on some of that stuff, and that's what I was fixing to get back a little bit further down here. I'm working on revising some of our practices with the property standards, dealing with some of this anonymous stuff and all that. So there should be some stuff that's subject to change. But it's always going to be anonymous, as far as I'll know who they are, but the general public will never know who they are. And that's the law. But I need to know who they are for coordination and to make sure we keep track of everything's being done legally. I'm working with DEQ on a couple of waste tire sites and some illegal dumping, and also I'm trying to just educate myself with this new waste tire ordinances that y'all just passed. It's a lot to just take in and try to remember all these ordinances and rules. So I've been reading over that a lot, and then just continuing to improve our program.
You said your litter court's March 4th?
March 4th. Sorry, I forgot one more thing. So my truck has to go in the shop on Monday. It's leaking oil. Still in the warranty. I went to Vaughn Chevrolet day before yesterday, and he said I could drop it off Monday. What the time frame is to get it back, I don't know. Seems like it's the rear main seal leaking.
Going back.
We got plenty of trucks, don't we? We got that little Chevy truck here, don't we?
Yeah, and I think they got the Jeep, but I really kind of need a truck because I pick up so much stuff off the road.
We got
it's
some.
temporary, yeah. Yeah.
I think that truck, that little Jeep would probably be best for temporary, because no one hardly ever uses it.
Yeah.
And I got one other question for you, Mr. Perry.
Yes, sir.
So I got a call that a dog is loose in a neighborhood, and he's tearing up the garbage bags. Is that something that that person could call you, and maybe you could go and find out who dog, they know who dog it is?
Yeah, I've ran into
Write
that.
them a citation or something? I'm just asking.
Not,
I don't know what to do.
Not for the animal.
That's sheriff.
That's sheriff department. And I ran into that down German Bayou last week.
Okay.
I run into that on a regular basis. And, what I tell them is, your trash, the way you put your trash out is your responsibility. If I had problems with a dog tearing my trash up, I'd have it in a can, And I'd probably build something around it to where it'd hold it up so the dog can't flip it
Yeah,
over.
but they turn the garbage cans over.
Well, I
They
mean,
shouldn't have
like
to do
I
that.
had a trailer park, had the same thing. What the guy did, very cheap, he built a little 2x4 frame and the garbage can slips in that frame.
Yeah, but it's old lady.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just tell her to call the sheriff department.
Yeah, because that's a lot of the problem is with people that just put garbage bags on the ground, and some people put the trash out way early, and they got scraps in it and stuff. The dogs are gonna get it. Not only dogs, any animals, raccoons, possums.
Yeah, I don't think this lady will be.
But I don't. Well, that's the type of situations where I don't write citations.
I don't think she'll be building something to go around a trash can when she on a walker.
I got you.
You put
I know it's
put
The
out
walker?
March 17th be our first. I'll be our quarterly hearing,
Okay.
property standards hearing. We decided we're gonna do that quarterly. That'll be on the 17th. That's keeping
Yes,
it on
sir.
that Tuesday.
Somebody drop me off the TV if you wanted.
Sure.
Better than a dog.
Drop me a pin. I got the.
Have you had any outreach from the city of Marksville to assist with the litter?
I have a pretty good working relationship with them, with most of them. I haven't had any reason to yet. Anything I've had to deal with, I've been able to take care of at my level. But, I mean, they've already told me if I need any assistance, just to get with Marcus or one of them, Jason.
Barry, I went at a dumping on 105.
Which
What
one?
holidays they call you about? Right past the port. They call about it dumping cans.
I didn't find any information in it. I picked it all up and brought it to the dump. It was just some household trash, no names, no nothing. I do have a citation written down there. That's one of them that I just mailed down Crockett Lane.
I think there's another can. There's another can between the tanks
I
and the
found it.
port. But another one I've seen it Monday. I've seen it.
Oh,
I think
so
but
this
there's
is a
another
new
can.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah. There's a hot spot right there.
Yeah, it is, because it's a secluded area. There's no houses, there's no nothing. They just.
Yeah.
But, that's all I got.
All right.
Any questions?
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
All right. Engineers, Jacob or Mr. Brandon, you can.
How are y'all?
Doing good.
All right.
Let's see if I can do this. Thanks. Yours. Yours. There we go.
So Darryl, we gonna keep the same time for that meeting?
Yeah, 1:30. We'll leave that as is.
Okay, guys. Let's see. Okay, item 1, page 1, Act 776, Ed Carroll Road, Furman Road, J.B. Luke Road, Louis Armstrong Road, St. Richard's Loop, and a section of Una Lane. I just handed the clear lien certificate and the request for retainage to Jamie, so we'll process that. That'll close that job out. Jamie asked me a minute ago, Brennan, can you help us get reimbursed from the Treasury Department? And the answer to that is certainly yes. Okay?
And what about the funds that are left over on Ed Carroll and Furman?
They're there for us to spend, every way y'all want to do it.
Do it in the next project.
That what?
We'll do it in the next project.
Okay.
Yeah, we just.
We had talked about blending it into that,
Blending in, but we'd have to put it on Ed Carroll. and
over,
Furman.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just keep the money straight on those.
That's
Yep.
your treasury money, that's your treasury money, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can't move. I mean, we could bring it back to legislation, but I don't think it's that. It's $100,000. I don't think it's that much.
Being it.
Okay, let's see, number 2. House Bill 460, roadway improvements for Richer Road, Business Loop Road. Guys, we met with the Road and Bridge Committee on December 18th, 2025, and came up with a plan on how we're gonna implement that project. And if you go to page 9 of this report, you see my little chalkboard budget, okay? That's how we plan on divvying up the money between the 2 roads. Each one is allocated a certain amount. We've got an allocation of $336,925 for Business Loop. We've got an allocation of $622,010 for Richer Road. That's what we're gonna spend on each road, not a penny over, okay? No mixing and matching.
And if you look on pages 10 and 11, the following two pages, that's the budgets we established at that committee meeting to implement those two jobs. Okay? I think Mr. Darrell was there, Mr. Clyde was there, Mr. Sam was there. Who else was there? We had another juror.
Mr. Frank.
Travis was there. Kevin. Okay? That's where we all landed. Okay? I'm going to turn to page 2. On our bridge projects, Kevin just mentioned that the contractor's going to start on Monroe Ford Bridge on March or April. Okay? Other than that one, there's no big movement on the other bridge projects. So Monroe Ford is the only one that's got some current action on it. Okay, page 4, the rec center. Mr. Darrell, I have a couple of letters I'd like you to sign before we leave tonight. We're going to send those to facility planning. We've got to address a few comments from facility planning. Those letters are going to do that. I think we will probably advertise this project on January 22nd. Okay? No, on January 30th, advertise for bid, receive bids on March 3rd. Okay? That's our goal. Going to page 5, grants and funding requests. Southwest Avoyelles Water District still has a few dollars they need to spend to close out that $17,000 500 allowance. Item 2, the LGAP, and item 3, LGAP. We've submitted closeout packages on both of those, so those should be behind us within 30 days. Item 4, CDBG Public Facilities application. Guys, you'll remember that is that two-stage process. We submitted the first stage. We passed that hurdle. They invited us to submit the second stage. We submitted that information to Fry McGee, your grant consultant, on December 15th, and he submitted it on to the state. They tell us that they may have announcements as early as March or April. We'll see. And guys, on page 5, bottom of page 5, we had mentioned the deadline for submitting LGAP and CUF applications is February 28th. I think at the January jury meeting, y'all are going to select projects for both LGAP and CUF. And just so you know, pages 6 and 7 are the eligible activities that are both LGAP and CUF. Okay. In page 8 of the report are the two allocations we just talked about. Business loop in the amount of $336,925 and Richey Road in the amount of $622,010. Rhett reminded me there's another allocation that we have at $218,000 for Beauregard Lemoyne that at one point I think Kevin was going to attack that road.
Yeah, we will quote from contractors, and then the jury award a contract hopefully by the February meeting.
Okay.
For the ditch digging, and then we'll do the gravel do our rock contract with the.
Okay.
We'll leave Pan American to do the closeout of it. And do
Whatever y'all want. Easy enough.
the lien paperwork.
You gonna use a rock contract or go off and see if since it's that sustainable or is
We're gonna talk to him tonight.
contract that you
I'm looking at number 4 here, isn't it?
Current rock contract, what we always did on that, like Fall Road.
Yeah, for that $3 million.
Yeah, they just don't deliver.
Can I ask him now?
I do.
Yes, Mr. Sam.
Question on page 5, number 1, that's Southwest Avoyelles Water District. That goes to Prairie Rome. Does Evangeline Parish participate in this?
Well, Mr. Sam, the initial submittal was to try to extend a water main down Highway 29. That was in the middle of COVID and right after COVID, when the prices were through the roof. We actually received bids, and basically with that $17,500, we had enough money to get across the yard of the first landowner. And I told Southwest Avoyelles, guys, let's not spend all that money on that. We could be laughed out of the parish. So that's when they said, okay, can we get it reallocated to buying electronic or radio read meters? And that's how they're implementing that. And they spent a bunch of it. I think they only have like $400 left.
It all went to meters?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Rett, I have a question regarding the letter. Looking at the report, there's 2 letters that you're gonna ask Mr. Darrell to sign.
Show me what page?
Um,
Oh, the ones I just mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two.
it's a response to that.
Right, so in reviewing the response, the second letter says that the police jury has budgeted $1.1 million towards the project for the Rec and Ed complex.
Mm-hmm. That's our 3 house bills.
Will that be, I understand, but are you saying that the jury has set aside that amount
No.
as a match?
We have that money. We have those 3 house bills totaling that much. That's our match.
The 3 rows from the treasury.
No, sir.
No.
This is for the rec center.
This is the rec
We've got,
center.
we got 3 house bills for the rec center. Okay.
Okay. I just want to clarify that
And
that money is there and that's not
and Jamie,
something.
that's why I didn't say what the source of funds is. I just answered his question. Okay, guys. House Bill 1, we got $500,000. House Bill 2, $350,000. House Bill 3, $750,000. Okay? Now,
It's on page 4.
of that, we're going to allocate $16,000 from House Bill 1. We're going to allocate $350,000 from House Bill 2 and $750,000 from House Bill 3. That's how we got to the $1.16 million.
How much from House Bill 1?
House Bill 1. $16,000
And where's the rest of that pot?
going to soft cost.
Yeah, that's the
Gotcha,
thing.
okay. And these were the House bills that Darrell Desitel was responsible
Yeah.
for getting pushed through,
Yes,
correct?
exactly.
So that money is there, right?
Yes. It's allocated. It's not in your account, but it's allocated.
Okay, all right.
And if, for some reason, it wouldn't come to
Then we just don't
fruition,
build the job.
but this letter wouldn't hold our feet to the fire?
No.
That's what you and I
You
talked about.
can't squeeze blood out of a
Yeah.
turnip.
You're right.
Okay, all right. Any other questions, Mr. Brandon? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Jack, you got anything? Mark?
I got 2 things I'd like to report on that are not on
the agenda. The first one is the education facility for the school board. I just wanted to let you guys know that that project is under construction. They're actually working on the building pads right now. We did receive fire marshal approval on the quote-unquote barn building yesterday, so we'll be finalizing that permit through the permit office probably next week, and then we should get the final fire marshal approval on the education, the career academy, probably within a week or so, and then that'll move us into the next phase of getting that permit approved through the planning commission. In addition to that, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that was brought up at a few meetings back, was the clearance program. So as y'all know, we helped Marksville get an LCDBG clearance program to clear the blighted properties. We talked about that to you guys and y'all had some interest in it. The application deadline is not till December, but the process to get all the information together, look at the houses, kind of vet them, it's a pretty lengthy process. So if y'all would like to pursue that funding avenue, what I would request from each one of you is a list of 5 to 10 houses, 5 to 10 structures in your area that you would like to include on that list. I'd like the address and a picture of it. And then what I would do from there is take those, compile them. The reason I want a picture is because sometimes the address, you know, you're out there, you pick the mailbox, but it's a house next door. So I really like a picture, and then I know exactly which structure. We can kind of vet it and say, hey, I don't think this one will make it, or anything that may cause it to get taken off the list. We can kind of vet that early on, and then by the time we get to the end of the year, we'll have a good solid list that we could then apply for. So again, if that is something everyone's interested in, just start looking around your district, come up with about 5 to 10 addresses with pictures. and we'll pick a time to have them by, maybe sometime in the spring, and we'll start working on that if y'all want to at the time.
And you did say that I could look at church property? and-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
It
was
is eligible.
from you saying that, right?
You are correct. Yes, sir. We checked into
I
it.
appreciate
Yes.
You looking at stuff that was-
Yes.
So I think we already have what we need, because I just told y'all we have 94 cases.
Yeah.
So my question would be, what categories would these houses, how would we be, is it houses that need to be torn down? Is it, blighted properties with junk cars in the front yard?
It's condemnable structures.
So it has to be, so I need to go through my list of properties and see which ones are actually condemnation properties.
Yes, and the building, it can be residential, it can be commercial, it can be a church building. It's eligible.
I'm gonna suggest that these not be by district, but rather however many houses we can get torn down parish-wide.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that is you have to apply for a minimum of 150,000, a maximum of 750. So that range of structures, using some estimates, we figure it's anywhere from 12 structures to 60. So that's how I came up with the 5 to 10. If you give me 10, chances are I'm probably going to knock 3 or 4 of them off the list right away for some reason or another.
But most of ours probably come from the abatement program that we have right now.
Yeah, and that's fine. Look, they can come, they
That's
can
the
all
route
be in one
that's the route we
district,
need to
doesn't
go.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a suggestion I just threw out there. It can be however y'all.
Now, if we have some in our area
I'm not putting for
that's
that.
on the list already, we can add it to the list also.
Yeah,
Correct.
Because not all of them are condemnation properties. A
Yeah.
lot of them are blighted and nuisance properties.
I can find a few in my area.
Well, you gotta remember though, just cause you pick one, somebody needs to take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Well, and
You can't go by your eyes, hey.
it depends on how your ordinance is written, or if you're just gonna fall to the state
That's-
slum and
that's
clearance
his
law.
job.
Okay, so the way Marksville's written, it has to be reviewed by an engineer. That's the way their ordinance is written. Yours, I have not looked at it. But in
I don't know
Marksville,
what
they gave us a list, we went out there, we looked at it, we took pictures, we developed a report, submitted that to the city, and then they took it with their attorney from there.
That cost?
Yes, sir. Yep.
We'll get you something. We'll get you something.
Okay. All right.
That's
we did.
upfront cost.
Sir?
That's an upfront cost.
The way I think we should handle it is you'll give us the list of structures. If it's all some that Barry has and he's done a majority of the legwork, then we can look at it and we can present a cost to do whatever we need to do, if we need to do anything. I would say when it comes to submitting the application, I'm not too concerned about that cost, but actually going out to 50 or 60 structures and doing an inspection and developing a report, there'll be a cost associated with that.
I can tell that church that's a cost for you to come out there and condemn that structure.
If your ordinance requires for an engineer to come out there, then yes, there would be a cost.
Let me ask you
Because the
this,
church is private property.
would we have a better shot at getting a grant if it was an actual engineer that looked at this property instead of just me going out there?
You would have a better shot at getting the grant if you already had all of the properties condemned.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter to me or you look at it, as long as you follow your ordinance or whatever process, protocols you have. But there is an advantage to having them already condemned and ready for
And
demolition.
just another note, that has to be outside of municipalities. That's just the
Yeah.
jury.
It has to be outside?
Outside of
Outside.
municipalities, outside of city limits, just the parish jurisdiction.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it's out of city limits, that doesn't apply to us for property standards. They have their own ordinances.
But does it apply for the grant?
I don't know that there would be a restriction on it for the grant, but it's a good question.
I think there's something in the law that says that.
I mean, you don't, yeah, if you-
adjudicated properties are inside
the village
Yep. Yeah, you have some in Martinsville.
A lot of them condemnable.
Well, see, there's an issue there. It has to be privately owned property. As of right now, I don't think you can condemn
Adjudicated property.
adjudicated property.
And I don't even think we can touch that adjudicated property until it's been fully adjudicated.
Now, if
Correct.
if half of them were, I mean, and I can ask the question, I can ask the state, but I do know it has to be private property. Another thing that's a little different on this process, so if you condemn a property right now, then whatever money you spend to demolish and clean up that property, you place a lien on it, and then that lien goes on to the tax bill. In this situation, a lien is not applied to the property. So it's a really good deal for the landowners. They get their property cleaned up at no cost to them, and no lien on the property. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay.
All right, moving on to business. Tuesday's meeting. Item, 1 on the agenda will be the election of officers, for next year. Number 2, you want to take that, Clyde?
We put some cameras at the Bunkie Health Unit, and, they had, to put some other stuff up and another camera. So I'm gonna ask the jury to approve another $1,518 for some hardware and stuff.
Okay, that's in addition to what we asked for?
Yeah, we had
Okay,
spent, I think, 5,000 and something on it already.
all right. Anybody? Any questions? Ms. Ingrid?
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry,
we're not
question.
voting on it. Just a question on it. All right, number 3, Mr. Thomas.
We have another adjudicated property in Bunkie that, this lady, Mrs. Elder Bell, has agreed to buy. She is an adjoining landowner, and she's, in fact, she called me the day before yesterday. She's in Illinois right now, but wanted to know how the process was going. And this will be, after we approve it, this will go to the DA's office for them to take paperwork.
Okay. Number 4, we'll be entertaining a motion to reappoint Secretary Treasurer for another term of 2 years. Number 5, need a motion to authorize the President to sign agreement with Pan American for bridge inspection services, effective for 5 years. Agreement terminable at any time with or without cause by either party. That was page 4 in your handout. Anybody, Kevin, anybody, Brandon, want to touch on that?
Yeah, we kind of talked about before. Pan American has the inspectors brought back from retirement that's helping us a whole lot on our bridges, and they have another man that's dedicated, which he sent us out some more emails today.
Okay.
So we've got our bridge program working really well, and really need to keep it moving that direction.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. Yeah, okay, all right.
I'll bring that up.
All right, Mr. Benson, all right. Put Mr. Benson, we'll take care of that. All right, number 6 is enter and authorize the President to sign an agreement with Pan American for Business Loop Road and Riche Road, Exhibit B cost estimate, Exhibit E hourly rates, basic service lump fee not to exceed $45,000. See page 5 for the hourly rates. I think that's what we come up with on that, correct? Mr. Franks, is that correct?
Yes, I think that was the agreed amount. I think it was, Mr. Darrell.
Okay. All right. Number 7 is our Treasury Road projects. I think, Travis, you'd asked a question about that. I think we could take care of what you.
Yeah, I think so. I think just passing in front of the jury that Pan American is gonna go out for bid in the middle of January. And submit bids, and they'll be due Tuesday, February 10th.
You wanna make a
Yes,
motion
sir,
in
I
that
can.
regard? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Franks will make that motion. All right, number 8, trailer. Kevin?
Yeah.
All right, well, when we started looking for a new trash trailer, Lord, I didn't think it was gonna be that difficult to buy a trailer. But it is. We had an outlet that we thought was gonna work out down in South Louisiana. That fell through. Been looking at several other trailers. And, ladies and gentlemen, I went through talking with the companies that build the actual trash trailers, for anywhere from $75,000 to $120,000. The companies that build the chip trailers, that build the sugarcane trailers. Both of those would have to be modified extensively for the sidewalls. And then finally, we found a company. I found a company in Waverly, Tennessee, and then that builds trailers that are not dumpable trailers. You know, these ones for $80,000 and $100,000. They're all trailers that dump. They got half-inch walls. So they build a trailer that's very suitable for this. In fact, Mr. Keller from Bucky had kind of helped me find these companies because he was using a similar trailer, and I do thank him for that. But anyway, this trailer's going to run us $35,000. You know, it's a new trailer. rebuilt the undercarriage frame, and then they build a top on it, new tires. They'll deliver it to Mansura. It's about a 6-week lead time, and you know, I mean, this has been going on almost 5 months. Our white goods pile has really gotten out of hand, but we've got to try to do something. You know,
How many months?
Huh?
How many months?
Been going on for about 5 months trying
No,
to
I'm saying,
find.
how many months before we get the trailer?
6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yeah, he said it'd be about a 6-week lead time. For a 45 foot long, 8 foot walls.
Just have to get quotes.
Yes, sir.
Telephone.
Yes, sir. We don't put a whole lot of weight in, we put a lot of volume. You know, just a hole is somewhere between 500 and 600 plus tires at a time, which is what we're doing on our other trailer. And depending on what white goods are running, but we'll get somewhere around 10 tons in a trailer at a time, full.
Kevin, also too, we were saying, can you get 2 more quotes too by telephone?
Yes, sir. I'll have all that, and I've
Okay.
got them. The closest one was 65,000. Yeah, that's the closest one, you know.
Yeah.
And even if we took the cane trailers, even looked at log trailers. Y'all see the log trailers, they haul logs on us. I talked to Fab Tech. Oh, what's his name?
Paul?
Paul. I said, Paul, how come we can't take that and wall it in, put us a good floor in it? And he said, I can, for about 30 grand. Still got to buy a trailer. And I'm at 35 right here.
Yeah.
Put a trailer ready to go. You know, even had Mr. Paul and another welder look at our old trailer. I said, yeah, y'all just can't rebuild this, it's iron. Paul told me I was asking for a miracle.
All right.
That's where we're all right. I hated to do that. I know we have other equipment coming up and everything.
While you're there, take care of that. Number 9.
Yeah, pod patcher. Yeah, we have 2 pod patches currently. They're both broke. They've both been broke since the first part of December. Luckily, we're in a time of year where we don't do a whole lot of pod patching. It's not that necessary. But they're both getting old. One of them has already had a pump rebuilt one time, and we're rebuilding the pump on the other one. Plans are we can get a new one. We'll sell the oldest one, which is a 15-year-old machine. These machines go through a lot with the rock that passes through them. And so keeping 2, I think, is a really good deal that the jury had done years ago, where we always, during the summer months, we can always have one running, you know. But we'll be buying that through government contract. We'll put it out for bid. The last 2 we bought in the tank all came from Covington Sales. So we'll see who else is out there.
Get it on state contract, you don't need to bid it. So-
Well, I was going to check with that.
Yeah.
There is another manufacturer that's in South Louisiana that I found
What
out.
they
So we're gonna
running
check
nowadays?
that. 120,000.
So you'll have to,
Huh?
Jacob will do it. But if if it's not on state contract, of course, you know it went through before, so have to have it.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you have to have adopted it. Office of
And that
Procurement.
exact model, the exact model of the pod patcher that you're purchasing has to be on that
Yeah,
quote
you know.
and PO attached on it.
And with the T number.
Yes, sir.
We found all
Not
that
just,
out.
not just a state contract, but it has to have that model number under it.
And it's a little different for improvement equipment. You know, if you go over in excess of 25,000, then you have to bid it out. Let it bid, so.
How much around?
It's going to be 120,000. Yeah. And we have item in the budget every year for 100, right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think I done 125 again.
Okay. See what we can do there, whatever the wishes of the jury are.
All right.
But it's something we need. The newest machine, I want to say, is 12 or 14 years old. It was here when I came, and in fact, it was in the shop when I started here 9 years ago, 10 years, whatever.
Okay. All right, thank you. Number 10, Mr. Coco.
All right, we'll advertise next week for public hearing on February 10th. As of residents on Levi Grimmel Road, reach out to me about putting the gate up and closing during wet conditions like tomorrow night. Our first should be good and wet, and the mud riders will be down there tearing the road up. So, in the event a storm comes like that and a lot of water on the road, they can close the gate and limit access during the period. And then once it dries and Kevin will grade it, they open the road back up. And it's managed to prevent and deter the mud riders on the road.
They got a gate already?
No.
Oh, y'all gonna put a gate, do that?
No. Limited access. But it's up to the people of the community. If they want it, we'll do it. If they don't want it, we won't do it.
It's a very low road that we try not to spend too much money on it, but it is a shortcut during the summer months from Placerville to Shoepig going to Simpsonport back and forth. The jury did try to gate it several years ago, and there was some opposition. Main opposition was people just didn't want to be disturbed or something.
Now, I think back then they wanted to do restricted access. This right here, if we open up, with the exception of the rainy periods, you know,
Yeah.
like say like this weekend,
Yeah.
Who would pay for the gate?
the residents.
The residents, and then who would be responsible for making the decision of the opening and closing the gate and opening and closing that?
The residents.
And then how do you bypass the issue of the residents just decide, the rain went away, we just don't wanna open it?
Cut the lock and we'll revert it. We'll bring it to the jury and revert it
You
again.
can then reverse.
Correct.
Tell them they have to take down the gate or.
We
can't
can
lock
bring it to
it.
the jury again and say we'll open it all the time.
And we'll have the combination to the gate too. So if we go out there and it's dry, we'll open them.
Is that what you kinda got on Norman Road over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works out.
Okay,
It works out.
okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay. Number 11 and 12, Mr. Pierce.
Reappoint Jude Glorioso and Billy Tebow to the Bunkie General Hospital Board. A normal appointment, and then 12 is, we're gonna appoint Cameron Ledoux to the expired term of Digger Earls. He's stepping down to do something in the state government.
Okay.
That's, the expired term on
The first two.
he's with the first two?
No, he's stepping down.
But where is he stepping down from?
Yes. From the hospital.
From the board.
Oh, he's on the board, so that's three?
So there's three.
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
But
thank you.
there's two different circumstances.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Two are a regular appointment, one is a special.
Okay, 13, we'll need a motion to approve Delta Engineers to proceed applying for LGAP and CWEF. Application due February 28th, that's not long. List of eligible activities in the email from Mr. Gilroy.
And that's in the packet.
It's in the packet, all right?
You want, Marcus, you want?
Marcus, you want to say something about it?
Yes, sir. So on your LGAP application, as I understand it, y'all typically apply for rock, right? So I would suggest just redo that. The one thing to note, per the information we've got, just to let everyone know, last year the state had an allocation for each parish of $350,000. So I heard that y'all had $80,000 last year. This year the allocation per parish is $156,000. So that number's, your $80,000 is going to probably get cut significantly. So I only mention that to just be aware that that $80,000 may not be there in full next year. On your CWEF, historically, as I understand it, y'all have applied for grants with Southwest of Avoyelles. You have that option. You also have 3 other water districts that I'm aware of in the parish that you could consider submitting an LGAP for, and that would be Waterworks District 1 in Borlandville, Ward 3 of Avoyelles Waterworks, or Spring Bayou Waterworks District. So, guys, with those options on the table, maybe we go ahead and decide we'll apply for roads. For stone on the LGAP, and on the CWEF, let's just have some discussions between now and your February meeting on what we put, whether it's to go to Southwest of Avoyelles again if they need more water meters, or if it's one of these other water districts that has a more pressing need.
Do the other water districts know about this?
Probably not.
It seemed like, Mr. President, we did Southwest a lot, for Jacob, or Mr. Burrell right here at Spring Bayou, or the other one, try to maybe help them.
Yeah, we have one, but I mean,
I don't think it's
private.
a good thing.
And we're looking at some similar cuts across the CWEF. Actually, I gave y'all the wrong numbers. The LGAP was 300 last year. This year it's 60,000. The CWEF was 350. This year it's 156.
I thought LGAP was 100.
LGAP, you can apply for up to 100,
Yeah.
but they allocate. They have an X amount of dollars, and they allocate that to each parish. And from whatever's allocated to the parish, then the police jury and all the municipalities go after that one pot of money. Again, last year was 300. This year it's 60.
Can that be divided amongst the people, or does it have to just go to one?
That's the L gap right here.
No, I know the L gap, I'm talking about the water.
So I think we're settled on the L gap,
Yeah,
right? That'll
that's
be
the-
the aggregates. We can move on from that. So on your CWEF, you could do something for each one. You would have one application. I've done it before. Project A, Project B, Project C. We're gonna be splitting a little bit of money a lot of ways. So I think what we could do is call each one of these systems.
We need to talk about that, because I don't know, I know our water system doesn't know anything about this. I mean.
And we could ask them a need, tell them, you know,
Yeah,
round about
let
what the
them
funds
all apply
are,
for something, I
and then-
mean,
and
yeah.
then put it together.
Okay.
If it's only 60, you maybe take a turn, you know what I'm saying, with each one of the water districts and.
Or if we could give them all a little
just rotate
something,
them
it's
on
better.
your basis or something.
And guys, last year, one of them got a chunk of money.
Well, we gave a lot of,
Southwest always gets.
Southwest got,
Southwest has been.
got a lot of
getting
ARPA
since I
money.
started here.
A lot of ARPA money.
The way I understand it, Jacob told me that years ago he showed up and said, and presented applying for the CWEF for Southwest Avoyelles.
Yep,
But
that's how it
prior to
started.
that, as I understand it, no one was submitting a CWEF application for the police jury.
We need. to
That's
talk-
our recollection.
Okay, we need.
So
to
it's
have-
always been Southwest.
We need to have some dialect on that.
Okay, so we'll have some discussions on that, and by February, we'll have something to present and make a decision.
Okay.
Good?
And we'll do the LGAP, I'll put that
We'll
on
do the
for
LGAP.
Tuesday.
Got it.
And Marcus, how much you see up again?
Okay, CWEF was 350, this year it's 156 per parish. Remember, that's split between you and all the municipalities in Avoyelles Parish. We estimate your funding expectation somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000.
Gotcha.
Because they do separate it
Yeah.
somewhat evenly, not perfectly, but it
Yeah.
gets separated.
All right, thank you. 14, we need a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the police jury to apply for and submit an EPA Brownsville Community-Wide Assessment Grant, designate an authorized representative. Guess you take 14 and 15 there, Marcus.
Okay, there's been a change here. So yesterday I called Kevin to try and get some information on the Cottonport Monofield. And he said, Marcus, I've just walked out of DEQ's office and meeting on the project. I said, okay, well, can you give me some information on it, anything that you have so far? And Kevin informed me that that information's confidential, but he said, look, I'll give you the contact with LDEQ, and if they'll give it to you, that would be your best avenue. So I did. I reached out to them, and what they told me today, he called me back today, and he said, look, the monofield is solid waste. I think I got that term right. He said this Brownsville stuff is for like chemical spills, fuel tanks, things like that. He said the monofield's not going to be eligible on the Brownsfield site. He said I even got with our Brownsfield people at LDEQ, and they're telling me the same thing. I said, okay, well, look, appreciate it. You saved us a bunch of time. So, guys, 14 and 15 can come off the list. I don't think, based on what they tell me, I don't believe monofield's eligible. However, per what Kevin just reported, DEQ told me the same thing. It sounds like y'all have an avenue to get this straightened out.
Okay.
Maybe even a more secure avenue, a better avenue. Okay. So
Okay,
scratch
thanks.
those.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Number 16, I don't know if we can choose it because but I just want to let everybody know that Pop called me this morning. He is resigning. We have his letter. It has to go to the Secretary of State. Once they say it's official, then kind of like the way we had to do for Miss Ingrid, we got a time, like 20-something days. We can call a special meeting and get it done, but he will be leaving us. He served a long time. I don't think anybody, now, I know he wants to approve, he wants to put Mr. Foster in his position, is that correct? All right, so once we get the official letter done and everything, and letter from the Secretary of State, we'll take care of that, either, probably at a special meeting, probably, okay? Anything else needs to be brought up?
We'll probably have a special meeting the other month.
Probably, as soon as we get the letter, as soon as, that's whoever, okay?
Whatever the time falls out,